Hey everyone, thank you so much for all the support that you send me, the kind words, the messages, the comments, the emails. I get them all. Thank you so much for supporting the GoFundMe for the Exodus House. And happy anniversary, happy repatriation anniversary to me and Jojo. We left the United States on the 8th of July. um it wasn't planned like a whole week or even two. It wasn't a week in advance of planning. There was no like grand planning. I purchased my ticket for 2 weeks, and Qatar kept canceling the flight. And I was filled with such anxiety. I was afraid of actually missing the flight. So it just looked like the U.S. was going to go back into lockdown, and there was going to be another scenario. And at that time, Europe had stopped Americans from coming in. So I got nervous, and I was like, okay, they canceled the flight on the Friday. Let's book on the Wednesday. Booked on the Wednesday. No, sorry. I booked the week before. They canceled that flight. Booked on the Friday. Flight was canceled. I booked the Wednesday. Now, this is like Wednesday or Tuesday night, right? And I was about to, I bought the ticket um, for leaving the Tuesday night at approximately um, about midnight, a little after midnight, and I bought that ticket on the previous Friday. So I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I had 4 days to plan my leaving. Um, and I had gone through something. I'm gonna reveal that in the documentary. I had gone through something extremely traumatic, and prior to that, I had left my home in Westchester County, and because coronavirus had busted out in in New Rochelle, in my city, and all my belongings were in New Rochelle, and I felt like they were either tightening that dragnet around me, um, and I just had to get out. And the minute my school went online, I was gone. Right, I was out of New York and into North Carolina, and I was there for March, April, May, June, and I got sick. Um, I got there. There's just so many things that happened, and when it was time to leave North Carolina, I realized that all my bags were packed, all JoJo's bags were packed, and it was just really time to go. And there was no like, oh, let me see if this is gonna change or that. There was none of that, right? Because um, JoJo, her passport would have expired if I waited any longer. Her passport would have expired on she would not have 6 months in her passport if I waited until August or September. So it was like, go now. And you're probably like, well, what kind of 4 year old has a passport that's about to expire? A 4 year old who has a passport right after she was born. Okay. Jojo had a passport when she was less than a month old, her American passport, and I naturalized her as a Jamaican citizen, got her a second passport when she was about a month and a week old. She wasn't quite 6 weeks old yet. Um, but in any event, those were the things that needed to happen. I needed to get out, so I want anyone who's watching this who's like feeling anxious or feeling like, oh, I can't handle this, or how am I going to do all of this, and the logistical nightmare of getting the things that you need and weighing your bags, and how much money do I need, and where am I going to stay, and how am I going to get around in this place that I don't know any language, anything, um, what am I going to eat, you know and eating is a very serious thing for a lot of people. Eating is, most of the people that I'm encountering here are vegans or vegetarians. Those are the people who've repatriated. And about everyone that I've met who's repatriated have locks in their hair. So people are really, living this Afrocentric lifestyle of trying to live, as cleanly as possible. So it's not just a, I'm going to go to Africa thing. A lot of the people I've met, it's in their consciousness long prior to even thinking about coming to Africa, or when they're going to come to Africa. It's in their consciousness. So eating, finding the right foods, how are we going to survive, where am I going to cook, how am I going to do this, the only thing that you need to do is take one step at a time, one day at a time. Think strategically, right? Think logically. I have 4 families now telling me they're coming in the same week. So I'm making this video for anyone who's coming and trying to figure out their whole situation right now, and how are they going to do this and how are they going to do that. One day at a time, one step at a time. Think logically, okay? Think, okay, I need to get to the airport. That's your first step. Second step, I need to get on the plane. Third step, I need to get off the plane. Who's going to take me from the airport? When I get from the airport, where am I going to stay? When I get there, how long am I going to stay there? If I'm going to stay there this long, this is how much money I need. If I'm going to stay there this long, this is what I'm going to eat. For me, I packed all the, normally when I travel, I pack all different kinds of things. I pack granola, I pack oatmeal, I pack nuts, I pack dried fruit, and any kind of snacks that I know that Jojo will have, because there's no guarantee of when we get to the destination that she will actually eat the food, right? Or I will actually eat the food. And when I just got to Tanzania, and still do, right? You're not gonna understand what I'm about to say, but the food here is so pure. They have very little nitrates, very little nothing. They have no like stuff. In America you could buy bacon and you can keep it in your fridge for like a whole entire month before you use that. You can't do that in Tanzania. Okay, you better eat that this week or it will expire. Because of the Muslim influence and the strong government that they have here, they don't put in any kind of crap in their food. So, for me, the food tasted like the food that I used to eat in Jamaica when I was a little girl. And so an egg is very gamey, and an egg tasted like it tasted like an egg. And the first time I had an egg, I had to spit it out because it brought me back to a place when I was a child, what the food was supposed to taste like. Yeah. So you have to be prepared that the food is going to be different where you're going. So I want you to pack little things that you can have access to, whether that's rice cakes. If you're vegan or vegetarian, pack the things, whether those are like homemade potato chips, or whatever it is that that you can go to as I'm not going to starve out here and die, or I'm not going to be so hungry I get hangry at people. Excuse me. Do little things to make yourself less flustered, right? Do little things to make yourself, make it smooth for yourself, right? So don't overthink, don't over process things. Don't overthink of like, oh, I heard you can't drink the water. No, you probably shouldn't drink the water. Probably not in America. You should drink the water either, but you drink that, don't you? Don't drink the water though. Buy bottled water. You know, there is access to bottled water. You're not going to go to stay at a hotel and they don't give you bottled water. Okay, you will get bottled water. Don't oversaturate yourself with things that are too, it's too far ahead, because if you do that, you're going to overwhelm yourself. And when you're overwhelmed, you're not going to be able to think properly or behave properly or act properly. All you need to do is take it one step at a time, from one sunrise to one sundown. That's all you have to do. Right. So, in any event, I got a call and I had to dismiss that. So yeah, don't overthink things. Another thing for people out there who are like, I have to be perfect all the time. If you go back to my videos, like even now, I didn't know that I could be the type of person that if my hair wasn't done and my makeup wasn't done and I didn't look right, I could be on camera. I didn't know I had that in me, because I'm a glamour puss, right? And I had no idea that there was a person inside of me who was like, okay, you know what? F it. I'm in Africa. For anybody else who can judge me, I'm in Africa. So so I had to find that in myself to be comfortable with, talking to hundreds of people without my makeup done, without my hair done, without, any the things that someone who had to use those things as crutches would. So people who are you holding on to crutches, your name brand, your hair, your makeup, your nails, your eyebrows, your eyelashes. You're just going to have to get to a place where you're like, oh, well, what is priority for me right now is I'm in Africa and I need a home for these kids. Okay? Damn the eyelashes. What is a priority for me right now is I need to make sure that my husband is gets food to eat so he doesn't go crazy, right? What is a priority for me right now is I need to have clothing that is making me comfortable instead of getting me irritated. What is a priority for me right now is I need to know, where am I going to get these appliances from, or the curtains from. Those things you have to choose. What do you want to what do you want to be, the things that's important to you, right? So you have to figure out how to let go of the little tiny things that don't really matter, right? And you just have to get a mindset. So you have to pray for a renewal of your spirit, right? The things that are not important, let them go. They're not important, right? And that goes for your clothing, it goes for your old crap, it goes for your car, it goes for the relationship that you're holding on to and think it's the last man on the planet or the last woman on the planet, or the last house you'll ever have. One of the things that I used to do, and I do it to myself still, probably not now, but I always used to say to myself, you can do better than this. This is not working for you, Renee. You can do better than this. This is not the last house there is. I had to tell myself that when I needed to relocate to Jamaica one of the times. I had to say to myself, like, because I was just sitting in this apartment. It was pre-war in New Jersey. It was big and beautiful. And, I'm like, it's a beautiful place, but it's not my life, right? It's not how I see how I would like to, navigate my life. And I had to let that go, right? So you have to, well, I'm coming from a place where I can let go. you know I who was it? I think Max Planck, one of them. Um, one of these guys wrote in technology. He was saying that in order for people in entrepreneurship to thrive and survive, they come from a background of chaos. And whether if they come from a broken home or a broken family, the likelihood of them succeeding is higher. And that goes for me. I come from chaos, and I am able to say, okay, this is chaotic right now, but that's the future. That's where I'm going. And I don't let the chaos hold on to me or drag me or keep me back or keep me in any situation that um I'm like, oh, okay, the chaos got me. No, I gather a mindset that I'm going through it. I'm not of it. I'm not a part of it. I am going to the other side. I'm a train. I'm going through this to get to where I need to go. And that's the kind of mentality that you have to adapt whether you're an immigrant or whether you're in a situationship that's not working out for you. You just have to tell yourself, I am going through this. This is not me, right? I know I'm talking to somebody out there, because if you tell yourself that this is you and why this happened to me and oh Lord, why not you? It happens to everybody. Bad things happen to everyone, but at the same time, you have the power to say, this is not me. This is a situation, this is an experience that I am going through. It is not happening to me. Okay? And because the more you say those things, or the negative things that are not happening to you, you can project yourself to where you need to be. Okay? So you have to hold a picture in your mind of what it is that you want. I say this to Mary and Victor when they were looking for their house. Picture the house that you want. How many bedrooms does it have? How big is the house that you want? Does it have, what kind of yard does it have? What kind of color does it have? And you have the power of manifestation, so you have to know what to hold on to and what to let go of in your consciousness, because the more you hold on to things that, oh Lord, how am I going to do this? The more you say that, the more it becomes difficult for you to do it, right? And I'm talking also to myself, because I'm looking at this Exodus house and I'm like, who told you to do this? I'm saying that to myself, like, what in the hell were you thinking? And I have to catch myself back. I have to say to myself, no, this is something that was ordained for you to do. You are supposed to do this. It is you who are supposed to do it, not somebody else. Not somebody else to come and get this house and fix it up all nice and pretty so they can live and lounge and roam around and think how fabulous the life they have. That's not why that house came to me. The house came to me because I would do what I was supposed to do with it. Okay? I am contented in the home that I live in. I am at peace with the room, with the area. I'm at peace with everything in my life. That house is for people to repatriate and have an affordable place and a safe place to come to and be and have something of themselves, right? So for me, I have to tell myself that, to remind myself that you're not doing this just because. You're doing this because you know who you are and you know your purpose. And that's what I need for you to have. You to have your purpose. Know your purpose. Know what you are. Know what kind of person you are. Know what your intentions are. Know what is good for you, okay? Because if you don't know what's good for you, you're going to continue to take on things that belong to other people. You're going to continue to take on things that has nothing to do with you, right? You're going to continue to take on things that are not beneficial for you. You're going to take on things that has nothing to do with you. Know who you are. Know what makes you happy. Know what makes you contented in your spirit. Know what makes you comfortable as a person, to be comfortable in your skin, in your own self. Know those things that you can go to bed at night and you can sleep well, okay? The things that make me comfortable is I have done the right things with the gifts that I was given. That helps me to sleep well, okay? If somebody has a problem, I did the right thing at the right time with the skills or with what I was given, with the gift that I was given. I did the right thing at the right time, and I'm at peace with the decision I make for the time that I get to make that decision. Okay? So that's what makes me contented, right? It makes me contented to know that someone had a need and I was able to fill it, and they're good now, and from where they are, they can either help somebody else or they can attract somebody else or something. That's great enough for me, right? But I wish I could take that down to my contractor and say, well, I'm a good person, please fix the roof. So please do continue to donate to the GoFundMe. Please continue to send me, PayPal, and if you need my Cash App, let me know. But those things are what's vital and necessary and important for you to hold on to and to have as your humanity, is what you're bringing back to Africa. You're bringing back your blood that was stolen, right? You're bringing back the skills that you learned, and you're bringing back your humanity. You're bringing back the things that make you you. And you have to find a way, or learn the skills of releasing learned behavior that was not productive for you. Okay? And these are going to inform your decision making when you come here, and they're going to inform your life skills. Yeah? So once you have certain things down, like who I am, why am I here, what is my purpose, you can continue to move forward in that circle, right? So I know y'all looking at this ring. Right? I just found it in my bags. I was looking for it since I got here, right? But this is what they call a watermelon tourmaline. And there's a story behind this ring, right? But this ring is also one of the key impetuses that brought me back to returning to Africa, because when I was decided to sell this ring, right? I did some research on it, and the research that I did, I found out that the tourmaline came from it either came from Kenya or Tanzania, right? And long, 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 long story. And I felt like this ring was attracting me to returning it to where it came from. So I was looking for my tweezer to fix my eyebrows. I know you see them, but I found my ring in my little ring box of gem and stuff. But in any event, I want you to use your intuition and find your peace. This is a journey that when your ancestors took it and were dragged from here and were taken somewhere and they're whipped and shackled and, buried in the belly of a ship with stench and disease and all that stuff, that was chaotic. That was awful. You get to come back in serenity. You get to come back in peace and contentment of your spirit. You get to come back in, in any kind of harmony that you can find. This is why I do what I do, because you need to be at peace and harmony in order for you to receive the messages of the ancestors, in order for you to be progressive and to make this mission a success. Yeah. So you are going to have to find in your mind a place of certainty, even in uncertainty. You're going to have to find in your mind a place where it's all going to hell, but I got this. They want a COVID-19 test. I got to give them a COVID-19 test. Don't get yourself all crazy about that. You know, don't get yourself all crazy about things that you have no control over, right? All you have to do is put one foot in front of the other, take it one day at a time, do everything that you need to do to get the hell up on out of there, right? And do it with grace and dignity and peace and serenity, and know that you got this. And if you feel like you don't got it, pray to whoever your God is and they will get it for you. All right? So that's what I got for you today. It's day 17 at the Exodus house. They were fumigating out there today. I think Jackson did some recording, but the fumigation, you can't necessarily be there. But I was there. I was out there earlier in the day because I had to bring some money to pay the fumigation guy and do some other things. But yeah, and you people who are coming, you ladies who are coming, you single mothers who you're coming, I'm telling you, I'm more proud of myself for having repatriated Johanna to Africa at the age of 4 than I am of any other single thing in my life. I can look at her and I can see what her future will be, what she's going to be molded to be in a society, in an environment that will respect her as a woman, that will put her forward as a female. Oh Lord, I am so proud of that one single thing, that I took my female child, my female Black girl out of the United States of America. It is like taking a gem out of the gutter, right? And bringing her to where she is supposed to be, where she will shine and where she will develop for people to see what a young Black girl could be, should be, and can be, without all of this hype over sexualization, over stuff in the TV. Oh God, look, ugh. Ugh. I'm glad. Okay, so think about your little Black girls, and think about your Black boys. Okay, think about those boys that we want to see as young men who respect women and treat women with grace and dignity. Think about those things. Okay, that's why you repatriate. You repatriate to raise this generation better than we were raised, and better than our parents were raised, and sure hell better than the ancestors who were dragged away to begin with. Okay, so that is a thing that I'm most proud of in these 2 months, right? July, I left July the 8th. I think I landed the 10th of July, right? And today is what? Today is what, the 8th or the 9th of September. So somewhere in here, it was just 2 months. Just 2 months since I've been in Tanzania, right? I've accomplished a lot, but my biggest accomplishment is getting that little girl out of America and into Africa. Do what you have to do for your children, and do it with grace and dignity. All right, that's what I got. Love y'all. Bye bye.